You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Philip Kaufman, filling in for Julia Wiegand. We begin tonight with a traffic alert. Traffic is backed up heavily on Interstate 81 northbound between exit 151B and exit 158 as a result of two separate crashes. Motorists are advised to use an alternative route if possible. Check 511 PA for all the latest traffic updates. Luzerne County Manager David Pedri announced this morning that he will be resigning effective July 6th of this year. Pedri stated that he's excited for the new challenges he'll face after accepting a new position in the private sector, ending any speculation of his possible run for Luzerne County District Attorney. He continued by stating that this new move will provide the perfect opportunity for both his family and career at this time, and thanked council, workers, and county citizens who supported him. Pedri's the second non-temporary manager since the county implemented its home rule government in 2012. Flames broke out at a home last night in Schuylkill County. Firefighters responded to a home on Island Road for a reported house fire just before midnight in Gilberton. The flames sparked in a garage that was attached to the home and quickly spread to the main house. The home sustained heavy damage, but thankfully no injuries were reported. The cause of that Gilberton fire is currently under investigation. We have the recap of last night's Hazleton Area School Board meeting and our post-meeting discussion with Superintendent Brian Uplinger. A fairly large crowd gathered last night at the Administration Building for the monthly school board meeting. The night included the appointment of several individuals into leadership roles, some discussion on a field house and busing issues, and the awarding of several students for their recent achievements.
We were very honored and blessed this evening to have a number of our students come and receive awards this evening. Kaylee Torbino for her painting that will be hung in Washington, D.C. for the next year. Megan Kernis, who put a PSA together that talks about distracted driving and that you should not be doing that. Don't text and drive. Put your phone away when you're driving just to be safe. And she won $10,000 for our SAD club here in the district. And of course, Jackson Dempsey, who saved his little sister from choking. So again, honored and blessed to have those students with us. And we always have a number of students that win awards, and I'm just very, very happy and very blessed to be part of this district, because those kids are amazing.
Aside from the awards, there were also several appointments that filled positions to help the district grow, alongside other approvals.
We hired a few individuals this evening to fill positions of retirees. That will be effective. Some of them will be effective a lot sooner than others, just because of the timing of the retirements. We moved Dr. Patrick Patty to an assistant to the superintendent to oversee more of the district for curriculum and instruction. Also created a K-6. We're so large, we need some additional help. K-6 curriculum director, and Kristen Bonomo will become that person. Yeah, a lot of different things that took place this evening that we needed to have approved.
We also discussed the public's comment brought up during the meeting, which included the track and field shed and a local residents' issue with the bus services.
Looking at the facility across our street here in the Early Learning Center area for track and field, it does need some work, for sure. The track itself does need to be resurfaced so we don't have injuries when we have track and field events over there. We do need a facility to help with changing and restrooms and things of that nature. That hasn't been in place for many years. It's time to do something, to put something in place there. And then moving on to the gentleman that spoke about his daughter being in McAdoo and not receiving transportation. We'll find out, we'll work something out with the family and see what best fits the district and the situation that he's dealing with.
A man accused of killing two women from northeastern Pennsylvania is believed to be linked to murders in other parts of the country. 42-year-old David Hallman met 25-year-old Tiana Phillips of Berwick and 26-year-old Erica Schultz of Bloomsburg through online dating sites. He allegedly assaulted and stabbed both women before placing their bodies in the same wooded area. Hallman's also a suspect in the case of Ashley Parlier of Michigan, who went missing in 2005. Luzerne County prosecutors are now labeling Hallman as a serial killer. He was apprehended back on December 27th in Duncannon and faces charges of criminal homicide, kidnapping, and abuse of a corpse in both of those cases in Pennsylvania. A Wilkes-Barre man allegedly assaulted a police officer during a Thursday night scuffle on the Market Street Bridge. Police were called to the Chick-fil-A in Public Square for a report of a man harassing customers. They later caught up with 21-year-old Bradley Olson, who became confrontational when the officers approached him. He allegedly spit on and headbutted an officer while being taken into custody, who ended up sustaining a cut lip along with knee and shoulder injuries. Olson was charged with aggravated assault, simple assault, harassment, public drunkenness, and disorderly conduct. He was jailed for lack of $25,000 bail. Students from Emmanuel Christian School were busy packing 10,000 meals today for children in Haiti. WYLN's Julie Stefanovich stopped by and has all the details.
The Hayden Center for the Arts in downtown Hazleton was hustling and bustling today as students from Emmanuel Christian School were hard at work packing meals for children in Haiti who suffer from hunger and malnutrition.
We're so excited to be doing this. This is a huge opportunity for our students to give back, not only as the community, but to give back to the world. And giving changes hearts. Most people know that when you give, you feel good. We're trying to change the lives of our students. We're trying to grow them into leaders that impact their communities and impact the world.
The Feed the Need event began as a fundraiser last spring and was hampered by the pandemic. But the school came back in full force to help those less fortunate.
So we partnered with an organization that provides all of the supplies, and then we fundraised last year. We raised $20,000, and part of that money goes toward paying for all of these meals for children in Haiti.
Over 100 students from kindergarten to 12th grade participated in today's event, including 11th grader Gabriel DeMarco.
It feels great to be a part of this, to know that we as a school can help out kids in need in Haiti who need it, who aren't open to the things that we have, and that can hopefully have a normal life like us one day. And it feels great to be a part of something much bigger than we could ever comprehend.
The hands-on experience helps students learn the importance of helping others, especially those in need halfway across the world.
It's really eye-opening because I came from a public school before, just like how much the community makes a difference in the school, and how much we can impact other people so the ICS is really close-knit family. So we each get to meet everyone around, and it's really awesome. It's been a great experience.
The students are also involved in other community-oriented projects throughout the year.
We do a lot. We mainly help out with, we help around the town. We'll clean up trash. Sometimes we'll move stuff out of buildings for people who need it. We're very involved in the city and our environment around us, and we like to keep it as clean as we can.
Emmanuel Christian has partnered with Feed the Hungry to ensure that the 10,000 meals packed by the students today are shipped to Haiti, where they'll be personally picked up by organizers and given to the children who are in urgent need of the food. So great job to all the ICS students who made us feel good this Friday. In Hazleton, for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thanks, Julie. Coming up on WYLN News, donuts for LVHN and your favorite furry friends of the week. Plus, a former basketball coach who just so happened to dominate the court back in his day as well. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Ezra. I'm 5 years old. It's kind of partly cloudy.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Solo Spaceman on Wyln TV 35. Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 4, Sundays at 9.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazelton, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. You want a great deal? You're looking for a great truck? You want a great selection? Come check us out. We've got trucks, whether you want a Warlock, a Rebel, whatever trim level you want, we've got them. We've got a plethora of Ram vehicles. We've got a plethora of Jeep vehicles. Why am I using that word? How else do you describe all this inventory? Here's the big close. Don't forget, Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazelton has the lowest price guaranteed.
Joe's Mini Donuts stopped by Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazelton yesterday to show their appreciation for all its employees. Owner Joe Stanavich, who also happens to be an exercise physiologist at the Hazelton Health and Wellness Fitness Center, said that healthcare workers have gone through such a big ordeal over the past year because of COVID-19. So, they wanted to say thank you for all the great work they've done to keep everyone safe.
Last year and this year, wanted to set up the opportunity to give them some free donuts today, and just appreciative of what they have went through. I mean, for them, obviously morale was down last year, working long hours or whatever it may have been. Everyone definitely did their jobs, and for this, you know, it's just donate, make them smile, have them come out. It's a beautiful day, having this great opportunity to do it. We love to be here.
Joe's Mini Donuts set up shop right on the lawn beside the Business and Education Center from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. If you've been thinking about adopting a pet, well, there's no time like the present. So check out the SPCA of Luzerne County for all breeds, shapes, and sizes of pets. The shelter has some more furry friends for you to check out this week. Everyone, meet the dynamic duo of Frank and Junior. These one-year-old males are the shelter's most recent bonded pair. These brothers can always be found right next to each other, and remember, two is always better than one. And up next is Willie. He's an amazing bunny who's just over 1 year old and spent time in a foster home where he learned to love salad. He's looking for a loving home to give him the time and attention he needs. So call 570-825-4111 to come on down and check out these featured pets and more while the shelter continues adopting out new best friends amid the pandemic. Wyln's all-time OT hero, Marty Burns, has the in-depth analysis of what's happening on and off-season across our viewing area. Joe Clark's on this week to represent the 2021 Hazelton Sports Hall of Fame. So, let's talk sports. Here's part 5.
We'll get to the final Michael, and then we could get to everybody else. When I think back to my youth, and I know there were long Hazelton area players that played big-time Division I, but I remember Michael Joseph at Bucknell getting into the NCAA tournament, playing against the late, great John Thompson and one of the great Georgetown teams.
Yes.
And it's just one of those things that you have that community pride just to see one of Hazelton's own get to that big stage. And you know, Michael, not just with Bucknell, but he had a great career with the Hazelton Mountaineers.
When Bruce Live first came back, I think it was 84, I think. Gafrovich was at Nanticoke, Joseph at Hazelton. They had 3 playoff games that year, all at Kings. It was unbelievable. You talking about Kings College being filled then.
Yeah.
And well, you remember at St. Joe's. Again, I don't know, you're a lot younger than some of us here. But the lines to get into St. Joe's, and they used to have the lottery for tickets for the playoff games. And Michael was the first, I guess, when Bruce came back. Michael's senior year was fantastic at Hazelton. A lot of people don't realize that he led the nation in foul shooting percentage his senior year at Bucknell. Shot 93% from the foul line, and I don't think a lot of people realize that.
Yeah.
He could have been in the coaches category as well because he had a very successful coaching career at Hazelton Area High School.
Well, now he just gets to do it as a two-timer.
And be sure to check out this week's entire half hour of Let's Talk Sports, Saturday at 2 and 8:30 p.m., and again Sunday at noon and 5:30 p.m. Coming up on Glen Oaks News Choice, your week in review, courtesy of our Julia Wiegand. Plus, wrapping up this week's Leading the Way. Stay with us.
Hey, Dr. Alex here with another Feel Good Friday. So today we're talking about sleep debt. I was going to talk about sleep, but sleep's way too complicated to fit into one video. So sleep debt is when you don't get enough sleep and then you owe your body the hours that you missed the previous night in the next night. And this kind of builds up the idea of a debt. So let's say you need 8 hours every night and you're getting 6 hours. Every time you do the 6 hours sleep instead of 8, you owe 2 hours. So if you do that twice, you owe 4 hours. And you can pay it off by just sleeping more than 8 hours. So if you owe 6 hours, you have to sleep an extra 1 hour for 6 nights, 2 for 3, so forth. You get the idea. So how can you tell if you have a sleep debt? You see how you feel after lunch. If after lunch you're exhausted, you owe a sleep debt. And living a life with sleep debt can lead to Alzheimer's, depression, anxiety, poor mental function, poor physical function. Your nerves all fire slower when you're on a sleep debt. So get your sleep and feel good.
Membership opportunities are now available at the Valley Country Club, 79 Country Club Lane in Sugarloaf. Clubhouse upgrades are in progress and will be ready for the spring. Call Frank Radis for details at 570-233-5328.
Wyln Sports presents Little League Baseball. Watch the game of the week on Wyln TV 35, your home for live local sports.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice,
everyday low prices,
plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton, everything to make your house a home.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Jura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazleton, 570-454-7229.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Monday. Former Hazleton Mayor and Congressman Lou Barletta officially threw his hat into the ring for the Pennsylvania governor's race. He took to social media to state that we need bold leadership to help get Pennsylvanians back to work, our students back in the classroom, and our businesses booming again. Barletta for governor also released a campaign video via social media, where Lou spoke on his decision to run and what he hopes to do for Pennsylvania as governor. We need to take back our Commonwealth. We need to take back our livelihoods from the insiders in Harrisburg that have no idea the harm their lockdowns have done. We need to take back our natural resources from the elite and turn on the energy powerhouse that Pennsylvania can be. We need to take back our streets from the extremists who want to abolish our police and turn our neighborhoods into sanctuaries for illegal immigrants. We need to take back our elections from career politicians in Harrisburg, Democrat and Republican, who opposed the mail-in ballot system that injected chaos into our elections and destroyed voter confidence. The solutions aren't complicated. More than anything, we need someone to fight for them and to fight for you. So, let's do it. Let's take back Pennsylvania, together. Barletta served as Hazleton's mayor from 2000 to 2010 before his 2011 to 2019 stretch in Congress. He also launched a political action committee last month before announcing his run and topped the Susquehanna Polling and Research poll of possible Republican gubernatorial candidates for the 2022 election. Tuesday. Voters headed out to the polls to cast their ballots for Pennsylvania's primary election. However, many throughout Luzerne County were met with a glitch in the system. A typo appeared on Republican ballots, causing the header to display Democrat on the viewing screens. The director of Luzerne County Elections said the coding error occurred during vendor programming of the devices. The mistake only appeared on the welcome screens, so ballots were printed correctly with Republican primary race results. Counties across the Commonwealth received over 820,000 mail ballot applications for the primary, which will take a few days to properly and securely record. Pennsylvania's general election is set for November 2nd. Wednesday. An 8-year-old boy was fatally struck by a tractor-trailer in Schuylkill County. Emergency crews responded to Brothers Truck Repair on Hazel Street in Delano shortly after 11:30 Wednesday morning. State police say a tractor-trailer was entering the parking lot and turned to go to the garage when he did not see the son of an employee riding a child-sized ATV. The boy soon collided with the truck's rear tire and tragically died from his injuries. The county coroner was called to the scene around noon and ruled the boy's death accidental. Thursday. A Berwick man's facing 353 animal cruelty charges after a concerned resident reported him to the Pennsylvania SPCA. 188 animals were found during a warranted search of 61-year-old Philip Malincour's Kachinkahala Road property back on April 21st. 112 pigeons, 37 rabbits including newborns, 13 sheep including young lambs, 13 doves, 6 chickens, 2 ducks, 2 dogs, 1 peacock, 1 miniature horse, and 1 donkey were found living in unsanitary conditions, lacking basic needs like drinkable water and veterinary care, and were taken under protective custody to the PSPCA's headquarters in Philadelphia. Malincour is facing 353 charges of animal cruelty, including 11 felonies, 7 misdemeanors, and 335 summary offenses. Friday. Luzerne County Manager David Pedri announced this morning that he will be resigning effective July 6th of this year. Pedri stated that he's excited for the new challenges he'll face after accepting a new position in the private sector, ending any speculation of his possible run for Luzerne County District Attorney. He continued by stating that this move will provide the perfect opportunity for both his family and career at this time, and thanked council, workers, and county citizens who supported him. Pedri's the second non-temporary manager since the county implemented its home rule government in 2012. That's it for your week in review, here on Wyln News.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Go hog wild for Iron Pigs Baseball. WYLN is televising the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs live. America's favorite pastime on your local network, WYLN TV 35. See the Stars of Tomorrow at Coca-Cola Park. Don't miss any of the games here on WYLN TV 35. Visit WYLNTV.com for a complete Iron Pigs schedule. Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs on WYLN, your home for live sports. WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the Children's Programming Report is on file for public inspection at WYLN 1057 East 10th Street in Hazleton, Pennsylvania during normal business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Mary Malone is leading the way to wrap up this week's series.
And welcome back to this week's final segment of Leading the Way with Hazleton Chamber President Mary Malone. Mary, looking toward the future, what's in store? What's going on? Is anything ongoing, future projects or goals that you're hoping to accomplish?
So I would say we're still figuring out what the new normal looks like. I can tell you it's more interconnected with our chamber partners in Luzerne County for sure. And the other element that I think will continue to stay specifically in our area is the bilingual piece, and continuing to connect the bridge and the entrepreneurial piece. So we have some workforce development. We're still going through the different rescue packages as far as whether it's PPP or things like that. And have continued whether to do the education, help answer questions, make sure that small businesses were aware of what was out there for them to get help. Because especially when you're a small business owner, you're worried about turning on your lights and feeding your customers or handling your business, and don't necessarily when the governor makes a change to masking updates so that we can get that word out there. So to truly be continue to be a central hub. Right now, the Chamber is still doing most things virtually, and we're hoping as we continue to progress forward that we'll get back. We do miss the interactive networking, face-to-face connections, so that's definitely in the future. And then to stay on the forefront of what our community and our business community in particular needs to be successful.
And I can vouch for this most definitely. I mean, throughout the entire pandemic, the Chamber has been on it. They've been involved. They've been going out of their way to make sure that the community can maintain a healthy lifestyle and while living in this community.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And I might be the face, but there are from volunteers to other organizations, and I think that has to go back to our community. I feel blessed to be able to live, work, and that I raise my two daughters here in this community. There are so many gems, and it starts, like you said, I love this, that you're checking into the backstories, because people have really interesting backstories, and I think, again, a general caring and a get-it-done type of attitude, and that we all get through it together.
All right. All right, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking with us all week, and an even bigger thanks to Mary for coming in to give us all a little insight through this chat.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend, everyone. Best of luck, best of life. Good night.
And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page or at WYLNTV.com, where you can find LVHN's real facts about COVID-19. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.